the biggest fighting game of 2024. Let's get straight into it, man. For this list, we got a lot of contenders, yeah. We got Mortal Kombat, Dragon Ball Z, Street Fighter 6, we got Tekken, we got your mum, we got Smash Bros Melee, we got Smash Bros Ultimate. Real talk though, yeah, if you're still on Melee, get off that game. The game's dead up. It's 20 years old. It's time for you to play a new game. Come on, get off that game now. I'm gonna wait for you to just get off that game. You off it now? Alright, now we've got Smash Bros Ultimate as well. Straight into it. It's important to note that when I say biggest, I'm purely talking about the numbers, how playable the game actually is, and how friendly it is to new people to the fighting game scene. First contender we got coming up is Street Fighter 6. Now, Street Fighter 6 came out a couple of months ago, and they actually peaked quite recently at a 40k player count according to Steam charts. Numbers may inflate, obviously we've got some people on PlayStation, Xbox, all of that, but it won't vary too much. That being said, everybody knows about Street Fighter, yeah? I mean, even your nans played this game at this point, and 40k honestly isn't too shabby for a fighting game. I mean, the fighting games nowadays are dying, as a lot of you may know. Although, that being said, they've kind of, you know, made an initiative as well for new players to try and get into the game. But at the same time, at what cost? Because they've made a lot of combos easier to do. And you know, for people who've been on this game 24/7, who really do these true combos, who really practice it day in, day out religiously, who really got statues of Ryu and Ken in their bedroom, it's kind of disrespectful to allow someone to get on this game and just press 2 buttons to do a 10-button combo. It is absolutely appalling behavior, and I hope Capcom gets sorted. Next up, we got Tekken 8 on the list. Now, Tekken 7 actually did put in some work, I'm not gonna lie. I think they peaked at around what? Let's have a look here. They peaked at almost 19k players back in 2017, which isn't too bad, you know, which isn't too bad. Obviously, the new Tekken, which has only done a playtest, beta, whatever you want to call it, peaked at 8,000 players, which is looking somewhat promising. Again, these are from the Steam charts, and I know a lot of men in Asia love this game on console, and they ain't playing around. When these Japanese, Chinese and Koreans hop on that game, they're not playing it, they're studying it, they're playing it religiously, they're studying the frame data, they're looking at the frames on the character, they are doing things on that game, bro. But real talk, yeah, Tekken's got a lot of potential this year as well to essentially not only become the biggest but the best fighting game of the year. However, that being said, it's not very, how should I put it, friendly to new players, I should say. I mean, there's so many people on this game that play it sweaty to a extent where it is impossible for you as a newcomer to pick up the sticks and try and compete, because you might as well just put a disabled kid in a race with no legs against Usain Bolt, and that would be more of a fair fight than you against the sweat on Tekken. But you know what? We respect Tekken for the skill gap it has. Next up, we got another classic. We got Mortal Kombat. And when I say Mortal Kombat, I'm talking about Mortal Kombat 1. That's right, people, the new one. If you love being put into the infinite stun lock and being rolled up into a blunt and then smoked and tossed away like a fatherless child, well, fuck, this is the game for you. That being said, let's get into the numbers here. Although this isn't my favourite fighting game, it kind of peaked at around, to round it up at that, right, 27k players, which isn't too shabby, which isn't too bad, you know, although we do expect bigger numbers from Mortal Kombat. I mean, again, it's a classic, right? Everyone knows it, but I think, again, we've got the problem where a lot of new players, they don't see this as a beginner-friendly game. So there's not a new player that's willing to try it out, which is unfortunate, because it's a good game, right? It's a good game, right? Next up, we got Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2. Not the first one, the second one. Now, this game peaked at around, to round it up again, 1,600 players, which is not only a absolutely pathetic number, but also a very sad number. You know, I mean, people put their hard work and time into this game, but again, it's one of them games where it looked like it had a lot of potential, but it didn't. You know, it happens, unfortunately. And at the same time, you have to kind of wonder, sit down and contemplate what kind of people want to really come home from a long day's work and hop on a Nickelodeon fighting game. It takes a special man to sit there and play Patrick the Star for 8 hours a day. The only man that's really playing this game is the man that's getting ready for the next launch on MultiVersus. Now, these last couple of contenders we're going to get over with quite quickly. Right, Dragon Ball Z Fighters, absolutely great game. Again, it only peaked at around 4 or 3k players on Steam, right? It's not a lot, but it was a absolutely brilliant game. We got the new Naruto game, Naruto X Boruto. I mean, the numbers that's doing is pathetic. I don't think people are liking it, let's be honest. Yeah, if you like Boruto, you got something wrong with your brain. Straight up, it's time to uninstall that game. And as for the Smash games, listen, yeah, to all you Smash players out there, your game might not be the biggest fighting game of 2024, but that being said, it is the most skillful, especially Melee. You men have created such a skill gap that it is hard for any human being to physically and mentally catch up to that caliber. So we'll pay our respect where it's due. It's one of the most competitive fighting games out there. I'll give you man that. Now, as for the biggest fighting game in 2024, and again, this isn't biased, this is simply based off of numbers from the previous launch. Yes, that's right, I'm talking about MultiVersus. Yeah, so you men are probably thinking, so what did this game peak at? It died so quick, do you know what I mean? It died quicker than my nan. Well, this game here peaked at 100, actually quicker than my nan was old, bro. Real talk, this game here peaked at 140,000 players. That is a lot, yeah? Keep in mind, them numbers I just told you that. Even Street Fighter 6 only peaked at 40k. That is mad. That is a number on a number. Now, just imagine the hype this game is going to get once it's out again. It is quite obvious that this game will smash not only records for fighting games itself, but it will quite literally make a stamp on the platform, right? This is the equivalent of me whipping my ting out and doing up a cum shot on your mum. It's gonna leave a stain. It's gonna be seen, recognized, and known. So based off of all of this and the insane player count that the game actually had, despite dying extremely quickly, I think MultiVersus will become the biggest fighting game of 2024. Without a doubt, do you know what I mean? This game is gonna come back harder than my dad. Straight up, this game is gonna fucking smash it. This game is gonna be the game to play. So yeah, that sums it up for today. Hit the like button, hit the bell, hit your mum, hit your dog. Let's go.